From two different Zoom rooms, we've got Sophie Tucker checking in. How you guys doing?
Hi.
What's up? We're doing good.
Good. So Sophie's on camera today. Tucker's still getting over some COVID, so he'll just kind of be audio only for the time being. You doing okay, man? You feeling all right?
I'm coming around. I think I'm right on the last leg of it. I'm feeling much better. Thank goodness.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You know, we've had a lot of different challenges, I guess, with being musicians and being in the music business with COVID. You've kind of had to learn a lot about how to tour again, how to protect yourself again. And I wanted to take that idea and bring it even further. What else have you had to learn about yourself throughout the course of the past 2.5 years in the pandemic? Have you picked up any new skills or anything like that?
Not so deep, but I did pick up rollerblading.
Oh,
And I mean, I think we had a lot of spare time. So I think the biggest thing that we picked up is probably just like the making of our album, which we put way more intention and thought into than ever before. Like we actually had the time to obsess over track listing, and like obsess over every little detail of the visuals and every little like there are all these little Easter eggs to be found in the album, and we just spent so much time on it that like I think that's what the pandemic gave us the most.
that's great, though, because to have the time means that you were able to really put out a superior product. And it's a fantastic album, too. Wet Tennis is the name. And that's not just a quirky name. It actually stands for something. Tell me about the acronym. What does Wet Tennis stand for, and how'd you come across that?
The acronym stands for When Everyone Tries to Evolve, Nothing Negative is Safe. And that really stems from the live streams. We started live streaming every day when the pandemic kind of suddenly canceled our year's worth of touring schedule, and we started live streaming, which is another thing that Sophie could have answered the previous question with, that we sort of learned and started doing. And basically this community around it, we did it every single day at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and we did it for hundreds of days in a row. And this community just built around it, and they started calling themselves the Freak Fam really early on. And it was just so inspiring that so many people were like building and connecting and dancing in their living rooms every day in the middle of such difficult times. Like, we were all going through it. People were losing jobs. People were getting sick. There was all sorts of, turmoil in the world. And people were choosing to stay positive and build something. And that's really what if you keep evolving, nothing negative is safe. That's really where that comes from.
It's a great idea. And even the idea of tennis, I was reading that you guys wanted to sort of take that on as like, it can be very exclusionary, but you wanted to take something exclusionary and rework it either visually or musically. Tell me about how you kind of came to that conclusion that you should do that with the new album.
Well, it started because we were just obsessing over tennis. I learned how to play tennis during the pandemic, and Tucker's been playing tennis his whole
Sophie
life.
was obsessing over tennis.
I was obsessing over tennis, but actually Tucker's mom is who taught me how to play tennis. And so we were talking about it a lot, and then we were like, whoa, tennis is like actually really profound because it's this back and forth between us. It's like everything that we do is the back and forth. And our logo is the two rackets that are overlapping, because we always talk about our band as a Venn diagram, and that like SOFI Tucker is the space in between Sophie and Tucker. And so, we had the rackets like being the Venn diagram, and then, we both come from really athletic backgrounds, and we love just like treating life as a game. And like, I think bringing sports into music is something that we've always wanted to do. And it just made a lot of sense. We do love the fashion of tennis too, and we just wanted to turn it from something that is traditionally all white and very exclusive, and you can only get into the country clubs if you're wearing all white, into something that is for everybody and is really bright and colorful and loud and unapologetic.
Now, this might be a bit of an unfair question considering Tucker's condition, but if the two of you were to face off right now in a game of tennis, who wins?
Oh, I'd still win.
Oh.
Man,
It would
Tucker,
have to be a pretty short game, but I would still win.
yeah, if it's a long game, I feel like I'd win, but Tucker just is very consistent. Like he knows how to hit a ball.
Wow. Well, let's get more into the music now. I was listening through it, obviously, and a lot of the songs I'd kind of heard as they were coming out one by one. Now we have the full body of work to enjoy, which includes a lot of interesting samples, maybe some interpolations. You know, you can hear influences from all kinds of different places. Tell me about the approach that you two take when you're looking to include something else as sort of the baseline in a song. Like, for example, that Tom's Diner type of sample. Like, how do you guys choose? Let's go with that.
Well, we actually started the song completely without it. And we were just recounting a day in New York that we wish we were having. Because at the time we were living in Florida, we were in the middle of quarantine, and we were just like really craving that energy and craving the energy of the city and being with friends and that kind of serendipity that can happen in New York in the summertime. And so we wrote the song, and then we had like a guitar hook where that sample or that interpolation is now. And we just felt like the guitar hook wasn't good enough. And so as we kept going back to the drawing board to try to figure that part out, it occurred to us that the song was actually a lot like a 2022 version of Tom's Diner, because Tom's Diner is also just like a very matter-of-fact recounting of a day in New York City. And, you know, it was like, it dawned on us. We were like, why don't we just make it like a more intentional nod and actually interpolate the sample? And yeah, it works perfectly.
There's a lot of different places nowadays where somebody can discover a new favorite song. And one of those, ironically, is like even in video games like Fortnite. You guys have had, I believe, 2 placements in Fortnite. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard Purple Hat while I've been playing the game, and I've heard Emergency, which is a collab song for you guys. How do those things come to pass? Like, who reaches out to who?
Those things really don't go to us at all. It's basically like from the game or the television show or movie or whatever it is, directly to our publishers, our publishing company, and or our managers, and then
but we get to approve everything.
Yeah, no, we definitely then we get an email saying, you know, this place wants to use this song, and we go, oh, this is awesome. Unless it's, you know, for like guns or something that we don't like, that we don't want our music anywhere near, and then we would say no.
Okay, fair enough. So if you guys ever stumbled across your music somewhere and been like, oh yeah, I forgot we signed off on that.
We've even stumbled across the music and said, I don't remember approving that one. And then it turns out they didn't get approval, and then they're screwed.
That's interesting. Very cool, though. Now, as we're looking forward to, I guess, you know, it could be very lame to be like, oh, what's next for Sophie Tucker? Because you guys have the album out. What's next isn't important. What's now is important. You guys are on tour, or at least, you know, Tucker, you will be on tour as soon as you're feeling better. You know, so in support of the album, sharing that music with the world, what's important to you right here, right now? Like, forget the future, forget the past. What are you guys focused on right here in this very moment?
Well, we're focusing on making sure Tech's all good, yes. But it seems like that's happening. So we're currently on tour. I mean, I'm somewhere in California on a lake. I don't know which lake I'm on right now, but we have shows in San Francisco, in LA, and in San Diego, and we're taking the world's tour, all around the world. So we're going to go to Australia, and we're going to be in Europe, and yeah, it's the Wet Tennis World Tour. So what's really fun about it is that we've brought the tennis element into the live show. So, you know, we're like, I'm playing guitar and we're singing and we're running around the stage, but also like the stage is a tennis court and there's a scoreboard, and like Tucker actually plays the scoreboard as a drum kit, and we're actually keeping score every night. So it's a really fun show that we're just really excited to, you know, continue to be touring.
Wow. So wait, the last show that you two did together, who won?
The last show was Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, Salt Lake City. I actually think you won in Salt Lake.
I think I might have won.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I love it. Well, thank you to both of you, Sophie and Tucker, for taking a few minutes talking about the new record, Wet Tennis. It's absolutely just chock full of bangers. Like, you know, I try to listen around a lot and check out different sources of stuff, whatever. You know, if they're playing Sun Came Down, you know, they're playing that out in or Sun Came Up, sorry, out in the UK. You know, that's been getting some radio play over there. We've been checking out songs over here. I mean, I still listen to Best Friend, so I love seeing you guys redefining who you are with each album cycle, pushing boundaries, creating new sounds. Yeah, it's very refreshing to see. So yeah, I just want to put that on the table that I love to see it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the support.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Well, get better soon, Tucker. Thank you again, Sophie. Enjoy the lake, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Amazing.
Thank you,
Thank
Alex.
you.